All right, we're going to get our slides going over here for our teacher challenge. So this is the week 3 teacher challenge. And I just want to kind of start off by reminding everybody that our challenges are designed to be simple. And we can keep it simple and still keep it meaningful. So the goal this week is to have students design something for an audience that goes beyond you as the teacher. And we don't have to recreate the wheel. Again, whatever you have in your plans, whether it's an essay, a project, a summary, a report, whatever it is, have a conversation with them. If you feel comfortable, if not, you can answer this question. But after you pick what it is you want to have them redesign, the question then becomes, who else could benefit from seeing this? And it could be their peers, younger students, their parents and families, or even the community, the school community at large. You're going to choose a publishing format. Now, we've talked a lot about Canva on this PLN because it's what the teachers in my building are most comfortable with, but you could certainly use Adobe Express or Book Creator. If you're in the situation that many of the teachers in my building are in right now and they have no technology access at all, you can still do this using paper, colored pencils, simple art supplies. So students, once you figure out what your publishing format is and what it is you want them to design, whether it's an infographic, a poster, it could be a newsletter, a visual guide of some sort. Then it's time to decide, because when you tell them who they're designing it for, they are going to want to know who is it that they are sharing it with and when will they see it. So maybe it's a classroom audience. Maybe it's just a gallery walk. It could be a school display. Maybe you put it in the hallway above the lockers or on a bulletin board. Maybe in your school, the morning news crew could feature it as part of a digital display. You could help the students combine it and collate it, put it together, and send it in a newsletter or in an email. Or a cross-class audience. Maybe the other social studies teacher or English teacher, maybe instead of doing the gallery walk within your classroom, you swap projects, and they don't know those students necessarily, but they can see what it is. You want to keep it manageable. You want to start with one simple, authentic audience. It doesn't have to be really big. So once you've completed it, I invite you to head over to the Community Showcase tab at the top of the website and either post what you have created or a reflection on how it went. Students sorry, I am off here. Let me go. I do have at the bottom of the page a little bit of challenge support for our tech hesitant teachers. So just keep in mind that it doesn't necessarily have to be public. It doesn't have to be big. If you might be struggling a little bit about what it is that you might do, some ideas for our ELA teachers. Maybe they do a one-pager on a vocabulary word or on a theme for a story or a text that you have read. For science, maybe it's a public awareness infographic or a poster. For math, it could be real-world budgeting. For social studies, it could be a museum-style exhibit. Those are really fun, particularly if you have the ability right now to do it in a digital format. If you've never been over to the NHD website, that's the National History Day website, their projects are are very creative and lend themselves to authentic audiences. Doesn't have to be as big as an NHD project, but the formats that they provide are excellent starting places for our teachers. And then last but not least, I do have at the bottom of the page here a feedback survey. Many of you know that I am completing my EDS at Valdosta State, and so this whole journey has been part of my coursework, and I need to turn in some data for my professor. So if you have a minute to complete that form, the button looks just like what you're seeing on the screen. Thank you again so much for your time and participation. I hope that you enjoyed it and maybe had a little bit of learning here in the most difficult season of the semester. Bye.